Aurelius Whitlock's Murder Museum presents Mack Hardscrabble in the Crossword Conundrum. The name's Hardscrabble, Mack Hardscrabble. I'm Detropolis's foremost detective. My sign is Virgo, and I make a mean egg salad sandwich. Things at the precinct were slow today. Slow enough that I was spending some quality time with the Detropolis Chronicles crossword puzzle. I was an 8-letter word starting with R. Restless. Or was it romantic? Reusable? I was interrupted in my musings when I heard someone walk into my office behind me. I told them, "You've got the wrong door. The psychiatric hospital's across the street." I spun around in my chair to see no one. An empty door frame. Just a ghostly illusion perpetrated by squeaky hinges and my liquor-addled mind. Well, no skin off my nose. I wrote down the psychiatric hospital line to use later and returned to my crossword. This one was a real stumper. 29 letters. The clue? People with excellent taste listen to this podcast. Who are these so-called people? Wasn't taste subjective? And what was a podcast anyway? This clue was bringing up more questions than answers. Clues usually do that, but I'm Mack Hardscrabble. I always get to the bottom of a 5-letter word starting with T. The truth. Or trash. Anyways, 29 letters. 29 letters. A phrase floated to the top of my mind, like a child's balloon. The kind that gets stuck in a tree. The kind that when you shoot it to get it back down, the kid cries as if that wasn't technically what they asked for. But the phrase, 29 letters, 11 syllables. A mouthful, clearly created by someone without a firm grasp of marketing principles. Aurelius Whitlock's Murder Museum. It fit perfectly. I had solved it. Another case cracked by Mack the Maverick Hardscrabble. Satisfied, I set down my crossword, jotted down a quick note, "Get people to call me the Maverick," and grabbed my sleep mask. If there were no criminals out there to catch, maybe I could catch a little shut-eye. But something was still scratching at the back of my mind, like an underfed hamster. The kind your mom buys you as a pet to teach you responsibility, but then you accidentally feed it uncooked beans. Then it hit me, harder than a charcuterie cheese ball to the face. I sprung up from my chair. I knew an Aurelius Whitlock, in fact. It was the type of name that you'd have to be born with, because no one would choose it. Well, we all couldn't be called the Maverick. He was a squirrely journalist, one obsessed with odd mysteries overlooked by the rest of us with better things to do. Whitlock had nothing to do with murder, or museums for that matter. So where had that phrase come from? The thought came with no return address, so I couldn't trace it back to the sender. Was it a jumble of nonsense? Or was something more going on here? His name. Names. Listeners with excellent taste. Aha! Almost everyone in Detropolis was named after these listeners. I didn't know how I knew it, but I did. But they didn't know about their namesakes. Listeners with excellent taste. They had excellent taste, sure, but how much did they know? Did they know that Nathan and Marcus couldn't do this without them? Did they know that they were appreciated? Did they know that Aurelius Whitlock's Murder Museum had a merch store with all new sticker and clothing designs, like an adorable sweatshirt featuring Sheila the Parrot, or a wonderfully ironic "I got murdered on a podcast and all I got was this lousy t-shirt"? These people were smart, but were they asking the right questions? Questions like, can I donate to the show via Ko-Fi.com or their new Patreon? Can I join the new Murder Museum Discord server by clicking the link in the description? Was this entire noir sketch an elaborate advertisement? The answer to all of these questions was yes. I could tell this was all getting too meta, whatever that means. But there was something I knew for sure. There is, or was, or would be, a place called Aurelius Whitlock's Murder Museum. I needed to learn more. This mystery was just like a gallon tub of chocolate ice cream, and I was going to get to the bottom of this. Even though I personally prefer vanilla.